Nickole Atkinson. Interview with investigators.
Okay, he just starts taking off the cushions.
Yeah, he was just, because it's one of those couches that has the base cushions and then it's got a whole bunch of like throw pillows on it. So he picked up her phone and it wasn't on.
Okay.
And then at that point, because I called her mom and I called Cassie, we were all on the phone together and they were on speaker. So they heard everything that was going on and everything that was being said. And the police,
As you're walking through the house.
yeah, because her mom was saying, like, look here, like, see if this is here. And I'm like, Sandy, calm down, let's first see if she's in the house. So, we found her phone, and Chris turned it on. The police officer asked him to turn it on. So they turned it on, and then it needed a code. I didn't know the code, but Cassie knew the code. It was the baby's due date.
Okay.
So we put that in, and then the last text and call that she had made was to Chris. Because they popped on that, he started doing stuff to it, Chris did. Shanann's phone's an iPhone, I can't run iPhones, like yeah.
Did you happen to see what time that last text was?
I didn't, I mean, and I don't know if it was a text, it was just like on the call log or whatever. I'm pretty sure it said, I don't know even know if it said Chris, I just know it started with a C, it could have said Cassie, whoever texted her last, I don't know. So then I walked away from the phone. I went downstairs because Sandy was like, Nikki, go look and see if the girls' meds are there. Because Cece, the 3-year-old, well, Bella too, but not as bad as Cece. They both have asthma, but Cece's highly allergic, like EpiPen, anaphylactic shock allergic to tree nuts. So Shanann always carries those stuff on her, like their inhalers, their EpiPens and stuff like that. So her mom said, go see if you can find the girls' medicine. They were separated and moving out of the house. Shanann wouldn't leave anything without anything, especially meds. And the other thing, the house was locked up. Like, the more I think about it, there's no way she could have left that house without somebody seeing her. Like, the way it was locked from the inside, if she was in that house when Chris left, she would have had to go out the garage. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, if Chris didn't lock that house up like that before he left, she would have been noticed on the neighbor's camera. Like, she said Chris was being cold, not himself at all, yelling at the kids more often, and just not himself. Oh, and because of the company he works for, and he has to go to oil wells, there's a GPS tracker on his truck.
Yeah.
So.
We're aware of that.
Yeah, I already told him that yesterday, so.
Okay. Alright. So.
Shoes. Sorry.
Yeah, shoes. Other pictures, actually. Other pictures, I'm sorry.
You're the 3895789. No, that's
9303895
5846.
Yep.
Oh, I have a picture of a car in the garage that my son took.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be good too.
Before we opened the garage. Let's see, any other texts. If I do it. Oh, and I do have a screenshot of the guy that said he was at his house. Do you want that?
The guy that said he was there?
Yeah.
Who's that?
His name's Jeremy. I can't see it, but I'll send you the picture of it. Jeremy Landstrom. He said, yes, I have the cops. My daughter watched the kids Saturday night, and the girls were at. Whoa, my phone's going crazy. And I don't know why, but I sent you a picture of a screenshot of an update that Amanda had sent. So then she starts sending me all these Groupons and asks me like where they could go, and I'm like, well, you could go up to Glenwood, depends on how far you want to drive. So she's texting me all those Groupons and stuff. And then she asked me about when I worked because she was trying to find someone to watch the girls so they could go. And then we stopped texting at like 11 o'clock that night because I was here at work, and she asked if I worked on the 17th, and I said yes. And then I was like, question mark, and she said nothing. And I was like, it's not nothing if you're asking what's up. Like, she usually doesn't ask when I'm working because there's usually something. Yeah. And then she texted me at 3:29 and said she was up and showered, and I said I was counting down the minutes and wishing that I had a shower because I've been here all night. And then she said, text me when you leave, and I said, when I get out to the parking lot I have to change. And then I texted her I was on my way, and then I picked her up, and then we went to the airport.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see Chris that morning, I didn't see the girls. But she was off all weekend. I mean, we were constantly telling her, like, eat Shanann. I carried a water bottle with me all weekend, and I was constantly giving it to her, telling her to drink, because she kept saying she had a headache. No, passenger side.
Passenger side.
And he opens the door. And it didn't...
Front or?
Front passenger door.
Front passenger door. Okay.
And I don't know why that's sticking out of my head, but it, like, distracted all of us, because I started looking at the car, and then I looked to see if the girls' car seats were in there, and whatever. And then he went and opened the front door, and it... Like, I didn't even dawn to go on the front door. We all went through the garage. But he went around and opened the front door, did whatever he did. And I'm not trying to incriminate the man. I don't know what my friend
That's
is.
unusual.
And it doesn't explain things.
Okay. So, let's see. So, into garage. Opens front passenger door.
Mm-hmm.
You think that was an effort to delay?
I don't know. And it could just be me, like, my mind, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to, like, replay the events of what happened. It just was odd to me. Like, if we're looking for them in the house, why did you open the car door?
Yeah.
It was odd.
That is unusual. Okay, so I assume that delay wasn't very long.
No, it was probably, like, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. I don't even know. It wasn't that long. But we went in the house. But I know I was, like, because I looked and the car seats were in there. I'm like... If she's with friends, why are the car seats here? Like, how many friends do you know carry around extra car seats?
Yeah, none.
So, yeah. So that's where, like, the more I've thought about it since yesterday, I'm like, why did he open the car door? Like, that's something you do after the fact, I think. Like, I'd go inside and see if somebody was in there or if they were okay. So.
Okay. So then you go inside.
We're inside.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And everybody kind of split. The police officer and him, like, everybody kind of split because we were looking for Cece and Bella and Shanann. Like, everybody just kind of split up because at this point, I don't know what you guys are considering this or not considering this, but at this point we all split up and we're just looking to see if we can find them. She was upset because she was like, he didn't even want to talk to me. And then I did remember seeing a text from him because she texted him and told him our plane wasn't going to get in until about 1:32 in the morning because of the delay. We weren't sure, because at that time, we weren't sure. They were estimating. We were waiting for the flight crew to get there. And he said, holy crap, that's late. And something else, but I remember the holy crap, that's late. And I didn't see any text after that. And I know Shanann was in a lot of pain in pain and a lot in the plane, because she wouldn't sit still. She kept moving and readjusting and trying to
get comfortable.
Yeah.
So. You have any knowledge about their finances? I mean, were they in debt up to their eyeballs? Were they rolling in it? Were they?
I would say, I mean, I don't know. I collected their mail while they were in North Carolina, and there was a lot of mail. I didn't go through it or whatever, but I mean, yeah, I think they were having financial issues because it was always. She makes enough money that their daughters go to a really high-end preschool and stuff, like private school.
That's what I just wrote down.
What?
Vista Ridge. Is that where they go? Okay.
Vista Ridge, yeah. They go to Primrose Vista Ridge, and I mean, that saved by her being in North Carolina, that was a $2,500 savings that month. So, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
I work nights, so my children go to daycare 2 days a week. So, but, I mean, he works in the oil fields. He's got to make good money. I mean, I don't know. We don't talk about finances,
Right.
but.
Okay. But your impression was that they had a significant amount of debt. Would that be a fair statement?
And I didn't touch it, I didn't go through it, I don't know, like, if sheets were missing or anything like that, but all of the bedding was stripped off the bed, which I thought was weird. And then the police officer had asked if she had her phone on her, and we didn't know at that point. And then like 5 minutes later, my son was like rummaging through the pillows on the sofa, and he found her phone shoved down in the cushions on the sofa.
Okay. Alright, let me back up to the bed real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, so the girls' beds were not made, and that's unusual.
Yes.
Okay, and then the bedding for their bed, which I would say was a master bedroom,
Yeah. You can see it from the stairs.
okay, and it was all stripped off and then like piled in the corner, or?
Yeah, there was a pile over in, like, if you were facing the room this way and the bed's right here, there was piles in the corner, both of these corners.
Okay, so it's in two corners. Okay, so was it just a bare mattress that you saw?
Yeah, there was a mattress cover on it, but like
Okay.
I don't know if it was a mattress pad or just a mattress cover, but. So my thought is, if you were gonna leave your husband, why not pick up the baggies that are already packed and take them with you?
Right.
But all of their luggage was there too. That was the other thing. She bought the girls special luggage to go to North Carolina. Like, if you were gonna leave, why wouldn't you pack up their clothes and take it?
Okay, so did Shanann ever say anything to you about their relationship?
So the week they were in North Carolina, and I can show you text that she sent me. She said, I think it was the second or third week she was there, and there's posts all over Facebook about it too. She got in a fight with Chris's mom because she went to Chris's mom's house to visit, and I think her name's Cindy. The other grandkids were there and they were older. Cindy bought ice cream that has everything Cece's allergic to in it. So Shanann asked, and this is just hearsay, I don't know. Shanann asked Cindy, please do not give this to the other grandkids until I get Cece to bed, because she's not going to understand and she cannot have it. And she took it and put it back in the fridge, and then I guess Cece went and got it, and then Shanann like put her to bed, because I mean she's so sick. Like, you eat not peanuts, but cashews and kiss her, she could go into shock. That's how severe it is. So, they argued or whatever. Shanann went back to her parents' house the next day, and for as far as I know, she did not go back and see his parents. But they celebrated Cece's birthday while they were down there, because she turned 3 in July, and the parents did not come to Cece's birthday party. So I know there was like a falling out between Shanann and Chris's parents, and then she called Chris and told Chris what was going on. So apparently there was some issues with her and Chris. And the whole thing, I don't know. And then I was told that Chris went and saw his mom and dad while he was there and spent the whole day there. And Shanann's mom, Sandy, and Shanann both said that Chris was not himself when he came back. And then, like, I knew something was up because of Facebook. People from his work, I have no idea. That's just, yeah. He went to Rockies game on Saturday night, so they got a babysitter for the girls. And Shanann was texting with the babysitter to check on the girls throughout the night. But we were in Arizona, so they're it's an hour difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
An hour later. Chris wasn't home at like 9 o'clock, which she thought was odd because it was an afternoon ball game. And then she checked her bank statement and he went out to dinner, which that's not odd, but the total was $60-some. And she's like, why would he spend $60-some at dinner? And I'm like, maybe he had some beers, I don't know.
Do you remember where that was?
The Lazy Dog in Westminster, off of 144th and I-25. It's in that Orchard Shopping Center.
Okay.
So
What kind of restaurant is that?
it's like a bar and grill type
So
thing.
you'd have to work at it to get $65.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about, because I'm like, well, we went out to dinner tonight, and it was a Mexican restaurant, but it was a bar grill type thing, and, I mean, I had some drinks, so I was like, well, my bill was $47 tonight, and she was like, Nikki, $63, yours was $47, and it was one person. I'm like, well, yeah, but we didn't have appetizer and dessert. It's like, so maybe he, like, was treating himself, trying to make her feel better, because she was, and then she called him. I don't know if she called him or texted him. I think she called him, because me and Cassie went down to the pool, and she said she called him. She said she was going to call him. So I don't know that she actually talked to him because we weren't in the room. But she said that he wasn't home yet either. He didn't get home until 10:30, which she found that to be odd because it was well after dinner. And she knows when he gets home because their security system tells you when you open the door.
All right.
So, she asked him what he had for dinner, and again, she's trying not to accuse or be snarky, so he said, oh, I had some salmon and a beer, and she's like, oh, okay, we'll save the receipt, because I need it for taxes, because she writes off everything. So then she gets off the phone with him or whatever, when we come back, she's upset, and she was like, what did he spend that on? And I don't know, and she looked up the menu, and he said he had salmon and a beer, and she's like, that's only like $30. Where's the other $40? I'm like, I don't know, Shania. Like, if you ask Chris to save the receipt, you'll have to look at the receipt. I was like, maybe he bought one of the guys dinner because they bought him something at the ballgame. Like, who knows? So then she started going through their bank statement to see if there was any high charges while she was gone. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Thanks.
In your list.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want that? Yeah,
Yep.
you want that.
So, you know, I would recommend that you probably not contact Chris.
Okay, and
For
if
the-
he
for the-
contacts me, leave him?
Yeah, probably for the time being.
Okay.
So,
Is it wrong
Any
to
other-
ask if he's a suspect?
since it's technically a missing person, there's not technically a suspect, but he is somebody that we definitely would like to talk to further.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and you know, you watch the Dateline stuff, and you know how that stuff goes.
Yeah.
So,
No, why?
people
Yeah.
that are involved tend to draw a little bit of the spotlight more.
And, like, if it was a crime of passion, I honestly think to God he'd strangle her. Only because she already has the neck issue. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was that from?
She had I don't know if it was I don't know if it started out as a slip disc but it was a degenerative disc, and they went in and fused some stuff in her neck. She's got a scar on the front part of her neck.
Okay. Did she
They're
have
in most of the pictures.
Did she have a car accident recently?
No, she had a car accident in, I want to say it was 2007, and then she got some neck and back issues due to it.
Okay.
Why?
Did they have a Ford Explorer?
They did.
What happened to that?
I can't remember if they owned it and sold it, or if it was on lease and the lease was up and they didn't re-sign the lease.
Okay.
But they got rid of that about 6 months ago, 3 to 6 months ago, because they both earn, so through Lavelle you can earn a car. And if you hit certain criteria, if you go and purchase and lease a car of their car list, then they'll pay you $800 a month or $1,600 a month for your car payment.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's worth it to go get the car if you don't
Yeah,
have that
really.
car payment. So that's why they have the Lexus. The Lexus is through Lavelle not like through Lavelle, like if she quit earning that amount of money, she'd have to pay for it out of pocket, but they pay you every month on the second Tuesday of the month, and you get $800 or $1,600 depending on what bracket you're in
Oh.
to go pick out a luxury
So
car.
technically, that's a company car.
Technically, yeah.
That's interesting.